Hey everyone, welcome to the Reddit branch. Today we have interesting stories from Reddit that I would love to hear your opinion about. So feel free to let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for content like this every day. First story. Am I the a-hole for only punishing my stepson and not my son even though they both broke each other's laptops? I'm a female mom of two. Chris, he's my biological son, who's 16, and Sammy, he's my stepson, who's 13. I have been married to Sammy's father for over 4 years. The boys argue sometimes, but nothing huge, just minor everyday issues. And since my husband is busy all the time, he's a nurse, I handle the boys' issues. Last week, Chris was bringing Sammy his laptop from his room since Sammy asked. Chris unfortunately fell off the stairs. He injured his knee and Sammy's laptop broke. Sammy was mad, although it was an accident. I told him I would get it fixed quickly. However, he kept bringing this up and arguing with Chris about it even after Chris apologized. The next day, Chris showed me his laptop and was crying, saying Sammy did it to get even. That was an unacceptable behavior. Sammy didn't deny it. In fact, he bragged about it and said Chris will learn not to mess with his stuff anymore. I was so mad at him and I told him he made a mistake and told him he was grounded. My husband told me to hang on a second and asked why I only punished Sammy although Chris broke his laptop too. I said it's different. Chris didn't mean it. It was an accident. But Sammy planned it to and damaged Chris's laptop. My husband called me ridiculous since it's the same outcome. He said it's fair to ground Chris too, but I refused. We started arguing, and my husband told me what I'm doing doesn't look good because I'm showing favoritism and it will ruin their kids' relationship. I insisted it was unfair to ground both kids and he insisted I was playing favorites. Sammy's upset already. I took both laptops to the store to get them fixed, and my husband sent me a text with the word favoritism, types like this, saying I handled the entire thing the wrong way. People replied in the comments with, intent matters here. Chris broke Sammy's laptop accidentally, Sammy broke Chris's laptop on purpose. While it's true that both laptops are broken, only one was broken out of malice. Your assessment of the situation and who got punished is absolutely correct and not favoritism. You're not the a-hole. One was an accident, one was deliberate and cruel sabotage. That text sounds like it came from a teenage boy. You're not the a-hole. Your son did not behave equally, so they shouldn't be punished equally. Intention matters. This is not a controversial idea. This is why manslaughter is not punished the same as premeditated murder. Your husband is the one showing favoritism, and he needs to get it through his head that one of his sons destroyed property on purpose in act of revenge. The things that will ruin your son's relationship with each other is if this goes without consequences. Now for my personal opinion, the poster is not the a-hole. What favoritism? I do not see any. The parents need to have a discussion about this real bad. The future will be really bad if they don't. Next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my in-laws to get lost after they told me to not speak my language in front of my son? My wife and I have a 2-year-old son together. I'm German, and my wife and her family's main language is English. I moved to their country when I was 22. My English is fine, kind of, but I made sure to speak my mother language and use it daily. I appreciate and respect my language, and recently I started using words from my mother language when talking to my son. He's very smart. I want for him to get to know the language and let it be part of his life. We were visiting my mother and father-in-law a couple of days ago. I was playing with my son and I started referring to his toys in my mother language. He learns fast and so he's becoming familiar. My mother-in-law heard. She looked confused, then she asked about it. I told her I was trying to teach my son about my language. She got upset all of a sudden and said I'm doing nothing but causing confusion and messing with her grandbaby's attention and learning abilities. I told her there is nothing wrong with that, but she proceeded to tell me that I needed to stop teaching my son my mother language since he lives in an English country, and that I shouldn't be trying to teach him another language. I got mad for this. My father-in-law agreed with her and said I should probably wait till my son can decide if he wants to even learn the language. In their language, I told them to get lost and that I'm his dad and this language is part of who I am. An argument occurred. I was cursed out with pretty harsh English and we ended up leaving. My wife pointed out I made an issue out of nothing and was being disrespectful of her parents at their house. She was mad at me for what I said and said it didn't matter because I was just looking for arguments. People replied in the comments with, 100% not the a-hole. Actually, it would be a travesty if you didn't teach. teach him German now when it will be the easiest? The older the kids get, the more difficult it is, so good job for teaching him now. You're not the a-hole. Parenting has nothing to do with grandparents, so they need to keep their opinions to themselves. Studies show that children pick up language much easier than adults. Also, growing up bilingual will do nothing but help them in the future. Your parents-in-law were bang out of order, but your wife was actually worse. It wasn't an issue out of nothing. They were comprehensively criticizing your parenting. She should have stuck up for you to her parents. You were right. They were being completely disrespectful to you as your son's parents. Maybe you could have cleaned up the language a bit, but if someone spoke to me like that, I would have done exactly the same. You're not the a-hole. Growing up bilingual will open a lot more doors academically and professionally than growing up a dum-dum like your parents-in-law. Get your wife on board with this as soon as possible, and she needs to understand that the benefits are all there is to this, literally. I cannot think of a single negative consequences, and I'm learning German. The best way to acquire it is from an early stage. Now, from my personal opinion, the poster did not do anything that makes him an a-hole. It's his kid. He gets to teach him what he thinks is best for him, and especially a language. That's going to be amazing for his future. Next story. Am I the a-hole for accidentally leaking my friend's cell phone number and address? So one of my best friends, Jimmy, fake name, who I have known since middle school, has found success running a gaming channel on YouTube, recently passing 1 million subscribers, as well as occasionally streaming on Twitch. I appear in some of his videos every once in a while and help moderate the Discord server dedicated to his channel. Yesterday, I was helping a mutual friend of ours set up contacts on his new phone because he lost his old one. I would copy a contact, paste and send it to my friend over Discord direct messages and repeat with the next one. So after copying Jimmy's contact, I got a notification from his Discord server which I clicked on to check. I was still on autopilot sending these contacts, so I didn't even notice when I pasted and sent a message that had Jimmy's full name, which is already on his social media, phone number and address. Jimmy's contact was the last one I was sending to my friend, so I didn't even realize my mistake till another moderator deleted the message and sent me a message about it. But the message had been up for nearly 20 minutes. Over the next few hours, the other moderators and I had to ban multiple users who were either asking for the leaked information or sharing it. I sent Jimmy a message later that day to apologize and ask if there was anything I could do to make it right, but received no response. The next morning when I woke up, I had been removed from the server, as well as another server me and Jimmy were in for just our friends. I had also been removed as a moderator on his Twitch channel. I haven't tried to contact Jimmy or our other friends since, out of fear of making him even more upset. I know I really messed up, but it was a mistake and I don't want to lose Jimmy and my other friends over this. People replied in the comments with, "No one is the a-hole. You screwed up and you know it. You didn't do it on purpose, so you aren't the a-hole, just a bit oblivious." Jimmy is also not the a-hole because based on your screw-up, it's understandable he does not want you to have moderator privilege and access to his server. This should not be an extension-level friendship-ending mistake, but I can see why he's upset. Some people on Twitch who follow streamers are awful and you just exposed his personal information to a bunch of likely obnoxious and possibly dangerous teenagers. This just sounds like an unfortunate mistake. Does Jimmy pay you to help with things or do you just do it out of friendship? I ask because moderating is time consuming and you would think it would grant you even more grace for something you did completely on accident to a friend you do lots of free work for. The poster replied with, "I do it for free, but he only streams like 1 or 2 times a week, so it isn't too much time." Now for my personal opinion, no one is the a-hole. It's normal for the poster to make a mistake, but it's also a big mistake, so I understand why his friend removed him as a moderator. I think Jimmy just needs to calm down and talk to him about it. Since the poster does it all for free, it would be a jerk move of Jimmy to carry on with this attitude. This concludes all the stories we have for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to share your opinions in the comment section down below. Until next time.